Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the center console replacement, I guess. So for those who have been following the channel, who have seen my car, know that I actually already have an updated center console. If we look inside the car, it actually is the RCD330 unit. So it's actually already in there. However, when I installed it, I forgot to add in this thing. This thing basically is an adapter. I'm not really sure what exactly is in it, but essentially is because the software of that unit, RCD330 to be exact, is not the same version with the one that the car's central control unit is running. That's how I'm understanding it. I may be wrong. Comment down below if you know more info about this. But basically the software version is different, so that's the reason why my buttons on my steering wheel won't work. Volume up and volume down does not work. It's not a huge deal, to be honest with you. I could just reach over and turn the volume knob. Is not that big of a deal, but I thought it'll be nice to get this just so that I have that little bit more convenience, I guess. And also I could use this opportunity to show you guys how I remove that unit, because I'll have to take it out and put this thing back in there. So the original unit is this guy right here. I actually took it out of my storage, but I don't know if you can see, but this is the old unit. It actually still looks really nice now that I'm looking at it. It does not have Bluetooth. It only does CD, FM, AM radio, I believe, which is really interesting because actually, now, I have a question for you guys on the internet. So if you look at the car steering wheel of the 5th generation GTI, it's kind of dark in here. Let's turn on the light. If you look at the steering wheel, there's actually a phone button right here. I'm not really sure what this is for, to be honest, because if you don't have Bluetooth, then what does this button actually do? So people on the internet, if you guys know the answer to that question, please leave a comment down below. Let me know. I remember I asked a dealer once long time ago. I asked them like what that button is for. They just said it does nothing, but I'm a little suspicious. So leave a comment down below if you know what that button actually really does. Anyways, we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna start removing some panels and take the unit out, kind of show you guys, what the process is, what are the things that you're gonna be doing to take that unit out. And let's get going. So the first thing that you're gonna be removing is this top cover right here. So you're gonna need a plastic removal or like panel removal tool. It's something like this. Don't just use like a flathead screwdriver and pry it out, because you might pry and break the plastics or like cut the plastic through, and then it's not gonna look nice. So these tools aren't that expensive, to be honest with you. I think they're like maybe 10-15 bucks probably. So it's definitely worth investing one, because you're gonna be removing this, and then you're gonna be removing this and all the other plastic panels that you want to remove in the future. You could use this tool. So I think it's a really good investment. And then the next thing is, it's kind of difficult to film, but there's actually a bolt right there, and then if you could see, and it requires a T20 to remove. And once you remove that bolt, you can kind of take this plastic out as well. Here's the bolt that I just took out. It's a T20. Just make sure that you don't drop it off in the vent when you took it out. Be careful with it. A nice safe place to put this right now would be the cup holders. Next, you're going to be removing another 2 of these bolts right here. Once you remove these, this whole plastic should be able to come off. Alright, so this was definitely a little bit more of a struggle. You need to require a little bit more force to kind of lift it up. And also note that there is actually a wire underneath here. These are connected to, I believe, this and this. So therefore the airbag sensors and the hazard lights. So you can disconnect them so that you can kind of just remove it and place it somewhere else, but this is enough room for me to work on the stereo, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Next, we're going to be removing these two bolts, and after removing these two, I should be able to pull this panel out. Now we can see the head unit here. There are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's remove them. We should be able to take the unit out. Alright, so this is kind of what it looks like at the back. I'm not really sure what this is for. I forgot. I think it's for satellite radio, which I don't need. That's the reason why this didn't connect that one. Also, I believe this unit does not have satellite radio, so that's probably what this thing is. Also, keep in mind that if you do make this swap and you do a scan of your car, it will probably show an error on the center console unit, and that is because it is not recognizing what this unit is, and that should be okay. It should be fine. So the trick of these connectors for the antennas, to unconnect them, there's a plastic clip at the bottom, and you simply just push that, and then you should be able to disconnect it. As for, let me flip this over, and there we go. As for the power connectors, there's a locking, oh my gosh, there we go. There is a locking mechanism here. You simply pinch the bottom, and pull it outwards. You should be able to unlock it. There we go, and then you push this out, and the connector should come out. Now what I gotta do is to connect this connector. I believe this end goes to here, and then the other side will go to the stereo, and should be done. Here we go. Before we put everything back together, let's power it up and actually see if I can use the buttons on the steering wheel. Turn it on. I have power. Everything is good. Let's try. There you go. It works. It works. Perfect. A couple of more interesting things that I found was that now I know what these buttons are for this unit. So the start button is actually a mute button. If you look at the top, it's actually a mute button. And then the phone button for this unit is actually searching for Bluetooth devices. So it does work with your phone if you pair it with Bluetooth on this unit. Cool. Alright guys, that's pretty much it with that unit. I haven't put everything back together yet. It's still kind of just all over the place, but it's okay. I think that's good enough information for you guys. I'm going to put everything back together later. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is why I chose this unit. And the reason is, one, it looks very, very bone stock. So when everything is being put back together, it looks very clean. It looks like out of the factory. This is just the way it is. Because I believe this unit is being used in some of the Mark 7 Golf or Tiguan's or that generation of VWs. That's the reason why the plastic, the frame, everything, it just looks perfect. It looks very well put together. Doesn't look like it's very aftermarket. And the other reason, like I mentioned earlier, is that the old unit doesn't even have Bluetooth. I'm not able to use Apple Carplay. I have to hang my phone at the air vents and things like that, and that can get kind of annoying. Anyway, I highly recommend installing this unit for your VW if you don't have Apple CarPlay. I think having Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on your mobile phone, is just really, really amazing. Being an '09 Volkswagen, having the ability to use Apple CarPlay is just amazing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is you can actually install some other aftermarket units that is not proprietary VWs. You should be able to install them as well. However, personally, I just think that this looks nice and, you know, well put together. I like that aesthetic look for this unit. However, some of the other units that is not made by VW, like Pioneer or JBL or whatever, they usually will have a bigger screen. So you do have a bigger screen, a bigger real estate, you know, bigger GPS, Google Map, or Apple Maps, whatever you use, that is being displayed in the center console, which is also really, really great. However, you will lose that kind of, you know, stock VW aesthetic look with that kind of media player. Anyway, that's pretty much it with this unit that I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. I just connected my phone to the unit via Apple CarPlay, and I just noticed that the start button on the steering wheel can be used as a play pause button as well. Hey.